First guest, an actress, stand-up comedian, and former host of long-running Serious Talk Soup. Her first book, Swerve, hits bookstores next week. Please welcome back the lovely Aisha Tyler. You look great.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel good. I feel good.
You look great. You always look good.
Well, thank you.
Got on some jeans, a little tank top, expensive.
Sleep in a coffin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
What? I'm not bringing it up, baby.
Yeah,
don't worry.
Don't bring it up.
Don't even see it.
I told him
Where is it
I would
on
get
your
up and walk
on your
out
leg?
of here if you brought it up.
Is it down here? Where is it?
Yeah, it's just a little Band-Aid right here.
No, what
plaster.
happened?
I was in Sundance and I was snowboarding.
Oh.
And I hit this jump and I got like about 30 feet of air.
Oh, really?
And I did like a 560 stalefish. It was great. And then I just held it a little too long, you know, because I couldn't let go because everyone was going, look at the black girl go. And when you hear that, you know.
Well, wait a second. You're exaggerating on the height you got, right?
It was maybe 20 feet. It wasn't 30 feet.
But did you really, were you supposed to get that high and were you doing a move or were you screaming?
I was riding really hard and I caught a front edge and I went down and I've fallen that way a million times and this, you know, the 1,000,001th was the time I broke the arm.
And did you know right away you broke the arm?
No, actually, I fell down and I was overwhelmed with embarrassment, which was much more painful than the actual arm. I was like, oh man, you know, embarrassing my people out here, you know, and you know, have a standard to uphold. And I got up and I was like, man, my arm feels kind of funny. And I was with a friend. He's like, nah, it's not broken. I was like, yeah, it's not broken. So I kept riding for like another half hour.
Oh, that's bad.
Fell on it again, and then I was like, it started to sound like, you know, like I had like a bunch of beans in my elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, and even then I was like, I was like praying it wasn't broken. So I got down and I tried to pick up my snowboard and I couldn't pick it up in my right hand.
Wow.
And I was like, that was
you know,
it.
I broke my thumb playing basketball once.
Yeah.
And
that's exactly the same.
It doesn't compare, but as soon as it happened to me, I said, I know it's broken.
Did you really?
Because it was a shooting, searing pain. But you're saying, and somebody actually said, when you break a bone, there's something released in your head to make you a little lightheaded. It's a little bizarre, but
well, I definitely didn't. I mean, I think there was some kind of drug going on because I thought that I could ride more. Well, that's the only way to snowboard, honestly,
okay.
Craig.
That's how that works. All right. I want to talk about the book, but you do have a TV project in the works?
Yeah.
On our network, CBS?
On this fine network of CBS, yeah. When I was doing Friends, Lisa Kudrow and I really hit it off, and she's so great. And we just started talking, and she has a production company.
Yeah.
We just started talking about doing a show together. So
that's great.
She's executive producing a show for me that hopefully will end up on this network.
You're going to shoot a pilot at some time?
Yeah, we're going to do a pilot in a little while, in a couple months. We're reading a script right now and trying to make it happen.
That's great.
It's great, yeah, it's awesome. It's so fun, and Lisa's great.
She's great.
Yeah,
she's a friend.
Yeah. Although I'm bummed because I'm really accustomed. She has a friend.
Yeah.
I'm really accustomed to like the way the Friend set is, which is just like sushi and naked massages, you know, and stuff like that. It's like really that's like when you have a hit show, they're like, would you like gold in your coffee, you know? And I'm gonna come on seriously. It's a nice place to work. And then my show, they're gonna be like, would you like some Sanka, or maybe you could bring it yourself.
But it may have been that way the first year on Friends.
It might have been.
So just don't panic yet. Now the book. I'm not going to say you diss men. You don't diss men.
No, I don't diss men.
But you come down on them a little bit.
Nah.
Right?
I mean, this is a book for guys and girls. There's a story in there where I was talking about how guys always worry too much about size. Like guys are always worried about size, and the size matter. Size does not matter. In fact, if you ever see and relate to sandwiches, all right? Guys always want like these giant meatball hoagies with the sauce and the cheese and the cheesesteak with the meat coming out the back end, and they gotta pick it up with their hands. You know, you never see it. Girls are always like a little like a cucumber sandwich with the crust cut off. You know, you eat with hand. And I'm just saying, women like a nice sandwich. It don't have to be a big sandwich. It just has to be tasty.
When I was, I don't know if I have anything to offer to this, but when I was a kid, you know, mom would make you peanut butter and jelly when you were a kid, and I would try to make it myself, and it was fine. Except mom would do something when you're 8 years old. You think it's the coolest thing. She would cut it diagonally.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, this is the greatest thing in the world. It tastes better than a big ass sandwich. Cut it. Mom would just cut it, and then she'd cut it into four.
Oh yeah.
And since I was a kid, I liked little finger sandwiches. I don't know if that says about me.
I don't know what it says either. That's for for therapy, I think.
Yeah. What about what is the uppity bitch paradox?
Oh, yeah. So there's a chapter in there called the uppity bitch paradox, or who the F are you calling sassy? And it's essentially a story, like people always ask me if I was a class clown, because I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
And which I think is lame, because like, who wants to be a clown?
Yeah, clowns.
You know what I mean? The clown is like, if you're like, look at those clowns. You know what I mean? It's like not a compliment. But I was really always the kid who always got thrown out of class for talking, like always. Like literally, I had my own seat in the hallway with my name on it. I was just kicking it.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a punishment anymore. I was like, hey, what's up? You want a soda? You know?
Yeah.
So I was just always, I was like selling stuff. I was like, I got Tootsie Rolls.
Right.
I got Blow Pops, you know? I figured I'd turn it into a business opportunity. But I was always getting in trouble for being kind of like, you know, a sassy kid. But I hated that because I just thought I was just, you know, trying to be myself and trying
sassy,
to be outspoken.
yeah.
I don't like that word sassy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, because it always just makes you think of like, you know.
Yeah, sassy.
Which I can barely do. I've taken years of classes and I still can't quite get it right. It's very difficult for my people that I can't do that.
Right. I think I'm agreeing with you.
They won't let me into the meetings, is what I'm saying to you.
You don't want people to call you sassy. And the class clown thing, you're absolutely right. They're kind of doofuses, aren't they?
Like the guy who would go up the aisle, like he'd pull his pants down and stick his finger through the zipper.
Yeah.
Hey, that's hilarious.
Right.
Like, this is not good for any of us, this thing.
Right. The funny people are the ones in the background who are just saying, you know, the asides, the attitude, you know?
Tagging the teacher, you know?
Tagging the,
exactly.
Yeah. You're funny as hell.
Oh,
okay,
great.
Stay right here. 5 questions when we come back with Aisha. With Aisha Tyler, and there's some great stories in here. There's some great stories in here, including one about you. You don't mind if I just do this?
No,
do
I
you?
don't mind at all. You know, every once in a while it happens. It's nice, but you're smooth when you do it.
They actually took me off camera. That was very good. Do that again. Let's take me off camera. There's a story in here about high school, kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
And it's good. There's not a picture to back it up, but it is a funny story.
Well, there's an article, like I'm a journalist.
Yeah.
There's a story in there about, you know, like there's this game that people like to play at a party where they're like, let's all tell our most embarrassing stories.
Yeah.
And it's just like anytime you're at a party and people go like, let's all sit in a circle, just get out.
Yeah.
It's not going to end well for you.
Sign,
Yeah, you're going to either kiss someone that has bad breath or you're going to end up telling something about yourself you wish you hadn't,
Sit
you know.
in a circle.
But I
that
have
brings back memories for me.
Yeah.
Remember in high school, the wrestling team? All right, here we go.
Nice.
I don't know what that is. Go ahead.
But then I tell my most embarrassing story, which is I had this huge crush on this guy in high school, and everybody has like that one guy that like, you know, or girl, whatever, that makes you crazy. Yeah.
Some of us have
for you, I'm a girl, or depending on what period of your life. And the phase, maybe there was a phase. I don't know if there was a phase.
Tell your story. Tell your story.
So I liked this guy, and when I was in high school, the big activity was to go like park somewhere and drink beer.
Okay.
Yes. Which I only did after 21. Don't drink,
yes.
kids.
Graduated from high school when she was 23.
Yes, exactly. And we were drinking in the park this one day, and I had to pee, and so I like got out of the car and I walked what I thought was really far away from the car, but maybe it wasn't as far because of all the beers I drunk. So I was being very delicately, you know, girls can do this. We can be delicate, and I, you know, assumed the position.
Got it.
And right then they turned on the headlights.
Oh.
And it was just like girl bear in the woods, essentially. And it was so embarrassing. And it was like the guy that like I was so in love with. And I get back to the car and I'm like, you know, lots of really bad words I can't say on TV.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, dude, we didn't see anything at all. No way. Except for that one thing on your butt that's shaped like Africa. We didn't see anything. And literally, for 3 weeks I was Africa at school. You know, like, hey, what's up, Africa?
I'm embarrassed. By
Hey, you're cheeky.
I'm embarrassed.
Hey, cheeky girl.
Are
you embarrassed now?
That story embarrassed me. Time for 5 questions. Here we go. Visual geography. What team logo is this?
New England Patriots.
That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. From what animal is the best mozzarella made? From what animal is
the buffalo?
That is also correct, ladies and gentlemen. You went to Dartmouth. You're an Ivy Leaguer. Tell me where you went to college without making it seem like you're better than I am.
I went to this really tiny school in New Hampshire. It was bunk. Like, there were no stores around. We had to drive 2 hours to go to the McDonald's.
What was it called?
It was called Dartmouth.
I guess we have to accept that. You did a good job. We were ready to say no. Oh, you were on Friends a number of times. You were a guest star. Name the stars of Friends in descending order of height. This is both men and women. You start with the tallest and you work down.
Okay, David Schwimmer.
Yeah, 6'2".
Lisa Kudrow.
What? Wait. Lisa Kudrow is taller than Matthew Perry, Matt LeBlanc?
I think so.
Okay.
Here's why I think that Lisa Kudrow and Matthew Perry are the same height. So I could say exchangeably Lisa Kudrow, Matthew Perry,
right.
Tied for second.
Right.
Matt LeBlanc.
Right.
Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox.
Both Cox and Aniston are 5'5". Perry is 6'1". LeBlanc 5'11". Kudrow 5'9". We can't accept that. Yeah.
Curses! She's a giant in my eyes.
You thought she was 6'1". Yeah.
I don't know. I did think she was 6'1". She's tall though.
Yeah, she's tall. Finally, 10 seconds on the clock. Can you unhook a bra off of Mike O'Brien in less than 10 seconds? Have you ever done this before?
Absolutely.
Can you do it? We want you to do it with one hand.
I'm gonna do it with one. I'm gonna do it with one hand tied behind my back.
Come on over here. Wait.
You have to turn around though, sweetheart.
On your mark, turn around a little bit. On your mark, get set, go.
He is stacked.
Yeah. One hand. Why the clock should be going. Yeah. Get out, Mike. You didn't like that, did you? Swerve is in bookstores next week. Big hand. Nice to see you again. Aisha Tyler. We'll be right back.